Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? Um, First, I probably ought to say that I always joke to people that um, I will never be a dial a psychic or anything because just I'm always booked for at least a week. At least a week. There for a while, I was booked for a month. My friend, the medium I go to, I can't get into her for 3 months, and we're friends. She'll try to squeeze me in. It's just, and we just, the more our name gets out there, the busier we get. So, um, it's usually at least a week. So I like to tell my first timers, I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. There's a reason for everything they say or show. They never waste their energy. They don't waste a message. So I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They don't give me all the details because the details are none of my business. They give me enough so hopefully we get it across to you so you understand what they're talking about. Just enough. And they tell you what you need to know, not always what you want to know. So I always ask for questions. Doesn't mean they're going to answer them. I can't twist their arm, but they usually try to answer most of them. So I always forget the end of it. Someday I'll write it down what I'm supposed to say. So we're going to talk to your little brother, and I can totally feel your pain in the message you sent me, and I'm so sorry that I'm trying to get caught up after the holidays threw me behind schedule. Um, he walks in here with total confidence, total, total, total. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with such confidence in his decision, confidence in what the things that he thought. I don't see any, he's not showing me any scrambled up messages in his head like most of them I see. He's not he's not showing me any indecision, any questioning. He's just totally confident that, I don't want to say it, this is totally confident in his decision. Absolutely. That he just knew. Like I said, I've never seen one like this. Knew it was time. There would have been nothing, absolutely nothing that anybody could have done to change this because of his total clear thinking, confidence, which is so unusual, at least in my experience. And I got into this work because somebody that I loved very deeply killed themselves. So I would have never gone to a medium. I would have never chosen this path. I would have never even considered um, mediumship or psychic or paranormal or anything if he hadn't done that. So there's always a reason for this happening, um, and how it affects the people around you. And we come into this earth, I don't know why he's wanting me to explain all this stuff before he even talks. We come into this earth with a predetermined exit point. It might be when you're 1 day old, it might be when you're 100 years old. Whatever that is, it can waver a little bit, whatever age or period, it can waver a little bit, depending on what's going on for the people around you. But when it gets to the spot where you're supposed to go, we go one way or the other, if that makes any sense at all. And sometimes it can extend if it's going to help somebody out there, like mine leaving when he did the way he did. and ripped my soul out like nobody else has, which led me to dig and find this. So there's something in this you need to learn from that. And when you get past your grief, you'll start seeing some of those things. I know, no, I don't know how else to explain it. Um, it's just the way it works. I, we're here to learn lessons, and there's something for you to learn from this. Something, somewhere, somehow. He's just he's totally confident. Okay, so he's he's over here, and he's kind of squatted down, kind of like the picture you sent me. But there's a lady standing behind him. I can't see her real clear. She's got her hand on top of his head. She's kind of rubbing his head a little bit. First, she looked like she would be the age of what his mother would be. But now she's appearing older, which they can do that. So she's trying to show. So did his grandmother feel more like a mother to him? Very close to him, very took care of him, maybe uh, had a closer relationship than a grandmother type relationship. Because at first she didn't look old enough to be his grandmother. She felt more like a mother. She's trying to shove food into his mouth, like, here, you need to eat this, honey, like she would have done here, making sure he was fed, making sure he was taken care of. And he turns around and he stands up and he hugs her. So they are very close. They were very close when they were here. They're very close now. He's he's got his arm. He's standing there now. He's got his arm around her and he's pointing up. And it's like they're watching the stars in the sky. And there's a shooting star that comes by. Don't know if this is maybe a memory, maybe something you were there to see. Maybe you all saw a shooting star or something. I'm not sure why he's showing this. But like I said, they never waste a message. So you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else can validate it for you later. If you don't know what it is now. He says, I love you, sis. You need to let go of the guilt. I made my decision. You need to let go of the guilt. It's not yours. It's not your decision. It's not your decision. I can do what I want to do. I have free will. He says, and it has nothing to do with anybody in particular. It had to do with me and what I knew I needed to do. I don't understand it, but it's not for me to understand. It's not my deal. This wasn't like somebody did something to him, or this was all on him. This was totally him. Like I said, I've never seen one this way. And I deal with a lot, a lot, a lot. He's showing himself playing, I'm not going to say it's a guitar because it looks smaller, so I don't know which musical instrument he's showing. And it's smaller than a guitar, but it looks, anyways, that type of instrument. And even if he didn't play one here, he is now. He loves the music. He loves, what kind of music is that? Something different. And there's people sitting around him. It's like a, oh, I don't want to say hillbilly music. It's like, I don't want to say hoedown music, bluegrass music maybe. Um, it's like there's a tree stump there, and there's one guy in overalls with kind of a funny hat. He's got like a piece of straw, like actual straw, like from a straw bale, like out of his mouth. So he's showing he's really country, really bluegrass. I don't think this guy's related to him. I'm not feeling the relationship. Usually I can tell whether it's relative or something. Then there's somebody over here playing some other kind of playing the spoons. Somebody's playing the spoons. So it's that kind of, wish I could think of the name. I don't think bluegrass is the name I'm wanting to think of. Anyway, he's kind of the star though. He's sitting up a little higher than them, playing his instrument and just so relaxed and so mellow and so into the music and so enjoying it. He says friends, they're just friends. So I don't know if this is somebody he knew here or this is somebody he's actually hooked up with up there because this feels different. But he's enjoying the hell out of it. He said the stuff that was going on here was not for him. Um, he doesn't like squabbling. He doesn't like fighting. He doesn't like people stabbing each other in the back. He said that's just not his style. It's kind of like he kept going, stepping back, stepping back, stepping back, trying to, because he didn't want to be in that energy. Everybody needs to learn to love each other. And that's one of the messages that one of the lessons he's trying to teach everybody. Everybody needs to learn to love each other. Stop the squabbling. Start looking at the other person instead of angry. Look at them with love, and it changes changes your whole perspective. Just, it changes the way you look at them. He's got kind of different messages than most of them do. Okay, he's talking about hair on the back of your neck. Hair. Okay, so, okay, I think I got it. Right. He's talking about the hair on the back of your neck standing up. When something scares you, and he's not scaring you. It's, you walk into some place, boy, am I sorry that the hair on the back of your neck literally stands up. So that's his energy. That's that tingling, that making the hair stand up on your arms. But he's talking about the back of your neck. I don't know how much hair you got on the back of your neck. I do. I need to trim. But he's showing like when you get goosebumps and your hair stands straight up on your arms. But he's talking about the back of your neck where your hair stands up. That's his energy around you. So whenever you feel that, and you kind of want to go, what is that? That's him. He's that close. And it'll probably feel warm. It's probably. I don't know how you will receive the energy. Warm, tingly, tickly, maybe like bugs crawling. They make my head itch usually. Um, that's when he's really super close. And now, okay, this is my right shoulder blade, like right back here. It almost feels like he's got a hand there pushing on me, and it feels like a little bit of pressure about that big, and a little bit warm, and it feels like a push. And I have literally, when I was hysterical, when mine left, and laying on the couch bawling, literally felt a hand on my back, boom, knock it off. So this is my right ear. Some of these videos make me look backwards, so that's why I always say that. And they'll try to show which side they're actually going to do it on. Not always, but anyway. He's trying to whisper in your right ear, I love you. There's nothing you could have done. Nothing. Let it go. Let that part go. It's getting closer. I love you. And as he does it, I have tinnitus, so both my ears ring. This one's getting stronger and stronger. So you might hear a ringing in your right ear. It won't be both ears. It'd be one ear. You might hear ringing. You might hear muttering. Your ear might get hot. And I feel like I want to lean. I feel like I want to lean closer so I can hear him better. So he's trying to show you that he's around. He said he doesn't want to do the spooky things, which people sometimes they'll tap on walls or you'll hear him walk through the house. He's trying not to do that. He's trying to do it in a very gentle and sweet, loving way, because that's the way he feels. Very sweet. He said, you keep asking, how could I do this? And I keep saying, why not? So you could hear, why not? You might see it written on a billboard. You might see it on Facebook. Somebody say, why not? That's going to be another sign that you're going to see that every so often. Is there a song called Why Not? They talk to me in songs all the time, and I was going to ask him for a song ahead of time. Hang on. Alexa. Song, Why Not?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, why is a protest song by the rapper Jadakiss the first single released from his second solo album, Kiss of Death?
Stop. That didn't work. Anyway, maybe there's not a song called that. Okay. He says when it rains, it pours and pours and pours. And you're going to also, he's doing sweet things. He's not going to do any of those bang in the night things. You're also going to get the smell of lilacs or lavender. Say lavender. Yeah, lilacs or lavender. You can get that smell in the store, in your car, in your house, doesn't matter where you are, and you'll get this little whiff. It'll just kind of go by whiff of lavender or lilacs, which is kind of similar. That's going to be another sign from him too. So when you get any of these signs, make sure you acknowledge him. Tell him, I know that's you. I love you. Um, please bring me more. And then once you start realizing when you're in really deep grief, it makes no sense. It's backwards to me, but we have trouble getting our signs and feeling them there. So the more that eases, the more we open up to all the signs and sounds and smells and stuff that they're trying to send you. And he's definitely trying. He's trying to do it in a sweet, loving way. He says, I know you're hurting, and I'm sorry that you're hurting because of me. Please forgive me. I did not mean to hurt you. He says, do not let the others push on you. I think he said it again. Do not let the others push on you, and he's showing like pushing you down. Pushing on you, pushing you down. Do not let them do that. Stand strong and brush them off. He's not saying who in particular. I'm sure you'll know. Like I said, that stuff is none of my business, so he'll tell you just enough. Something about the carpet. Something about carpet. Carpet. Sorry about the carpet. What he's showing? Hang on. I'm not sure what he's showing me. I can only see part of it. He's showing me something like, not like a gazebo, like a pergola, like a, I don't know what to call it, but it's almost got like, it's almost like got like a vine hanging down or wisteria or something, but he's only showing the top corner of it. And it's like there's a flower or a vine or something hanging down. And I don't know why he's showing this. There's always a reason. Yeah, I thought he was going to show me the reason. He says, tell Dad, no hard feelings. All is good. Let it go. He's talking about a lighthouse. A lighthouse. I don't know where you guys live. And he's actually showing me a lighthouse. A beacon. Not explaining himself very well. So I don't know. Maybe the lighthouse means something to you. All right. So he had a song that I think probably explains some of what was going on for him, and it's called Believer by Imagine Dragons. So Google the lyrics to that song, and I think that explains a lot what was going on inside of him, and yet I don't feel like he showed it. I don't feel like I don't feel like people knew. He just doesn't, at least now, he just doesn't feel that way. So, even though it may not be the type of music that he listened to, doesn't matter. That's the song that he picked. So, it's a little bit of a rough song. I listened to a little bit of it for a second. So let's see what he says. I love you all, every stinking one of you. And he's pointing like down here. Every stinking one of you, no matter what you think. This did not come from hate. This came from love. I can only repeat what he's saying. It's not for me to explain it or understand it. He said it's not for anybody to understand except me, meaning him. He says you are choking on this and you need to clear your throat and stop because this is not yours. Love me unconditionally, which is what I always wanted from everyone. Love me through my pain, and yet I feel no pain from him. I feel he's not showing me the pain or whatever that he had here because he doesn't want to be that type of person. And right now he's kind of playing with my hair, so you will feel him touching your hair. And it's like if a little fly lands on my spikes up here, I can feel it. So it probably won't feel, it'll probably be that slight. So he's trying to do soft, easy, gentle, loving things to let you know that he's there. And he feels very sweet, very caring. Even if he didn't feel like that here around you, he does now. He said he loves you more than you could possibly know. You were his rock, even when the boat was rocking. And he's actually showing a boat rocking. Even when the boat was rocking, you were his rock. He says he doesn't think you knew that. You were my sissy. Even though I used to pick on you. He's really not giving, I don't think he's really giving us a lot of evidence. I don't spend my whole reading doing evidence, but I ask him for at least give a couple of things. So maybe you're just going to have to know by the signs that this was really him. So, and the signs are going to be so soft and so sweet and so gentle. So they're going to might be a little hard to pick up at first, but you'll get it. You'll get it. And especially the ones, if something like repeats over and over and over and over, it's something he's trying to get your attention. So it might take you a few times if there's a new sign coming in to get it over and over and over. And then you go, I know what that is. He says people need to understand that you don't know what is going on inside somebody else, that you have no clue, so you should treat everybody with love because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what that person next to you is going through. So just treat everybody with love, and that will fix it. He's like, I feel like he should be writing poetry or something. He's so soft and mellow and so confident again. He says, know that I always have your back. know that I'm always going to be with you. And then, I don't know, he's not saying anything. He's being very, very adamant about being kind to others. I wish I could have him around when I need to calm down sometimes. His energy is so calming. He said he's going to leave you with this for now. He said he knows it's not enough. It's not all the answers you want to hear. And he's not ready to give those. And I can't make him. He said you'll know when the time is right and you'll be back. So, okay. So he's not ready to give up a lot of answers, but if you go, I'm going to warn you, if you go to a medium and they ask you a bunch of questions when you go in, get up and leave. Make sure you find one that doesn't feed off what you tell them. So if he says you'll be back, and that doesn't mean necessarily to me, but just make sure that you don't get somebody that takes advantage of you and feeds off the information that you give them. Don't ever feed a medium, ever. He says, I love you. I love you. And I know how much you miss me. But I'm going to bring you peace and love. And with that, he's going to leave. So I hope you got a few answers out of this. I know this is different. This is different for me anyway, in my experience. So let me know. Let me know. Um, he said what he felt like he needed to say. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Hugs and kisses, and let me know. See you later.